I just wanted to give some feedback regarding the recent Yangtze Panorama tour my wife and I experienced. I have to say that overall, the trip way exceeded our expectation in every way. The whole trip was seamless from start to finish. Our national tour guide Candice was fantastic. For such a young person, she was professional, committed, and was enthusiastic for the whole 26 days. She had a wonderful sense of humour and a lovely smile which brightened our day, especially on the very early cold starts. Candice never missed a beat, managing to get all her chickens in line, the travelling group, at every stop. She was polite and respectful at all times. We all loved her. Well done, Candice. You made our holiday a wonderful experience. The hotels, the food, the local guides, and the places of interest we visited were fantastic. We will definitely recommend this trip to our friends and anyone else wanting to visit China. Thank you, Wendy Wu. Mr. and Mrs. Cray, Western Australia, April 2010.
I saw and experienced more than I would have on my own. My trip through China was amazing and made even more so by Wendy Wu Tours, particularly our national guide, Emmanuel. Emmanuel is a funny, kind, generous, calm person who I'm sure made many lifelong friends, having made our trip so very enjoyable and a most rewarding experience. I will definitely be going back to China. Mrs. Mills, New South Wales, April 2010. I have just returned home from a Wendy Wu tour of Vietnam and was wanting to commend your company on making my first overseas trip an amazing, wonderful experience. I did the Vietnam Panorama with extensions in Ha Long Bay and Sapa. Vietnam is a beautiful country and you should be very proud of your employees, especially our main tour guide, Vuyan Duc. Duc was always helpful, caring and honest. He has a great knowledge and passion for his country, which he shared with our group. He went out of his way to accommodate everyone, even the most difficult travellers. Duc always provided plenty of photo stops, but was still able to arrive at our destinations on schedule. When we left the main group to do our extensions, there was just the two of us, and I was most impressed how all our transfers still went like clockwork. I would have no hesitation in recommending your company and look forward to booking another holiday with Wendy Wu Tours. Once again, many thanks. Fran Hazelton, New South Wales, February 2010.
I will happily recommend Wendy Wu Tours to all who ask me about my holiday. The itinerary is well planned, National Guide was informative, caring, aware of our needs, and able to be in 5 places at once. He's a national treasure in his own right. The food was superb, if anything was too much. However, every meal was well prepared, tasty and great service. The buses were all clean and well cared for, and the drivers and local guides were also friendly, well informed and helpful. A great job. Hotels were all great. Thank you so much for allowing me to see this great country in such a comfortable and friendly manner. Seabland, Victoria, May 2010.
I have just completed the Glories of China trip, arriving back in Australia on the 27th of March. It was one of the most memorable trips that I've had the good fortune to experience. Our overall guide, Aaron, is worth his weight in gold. He was fantastic. Nothing was too much trouble for him, and his wealth of history and knowledge of China was exactly what I wanted to experience. As well, our guides in the other cities, Peggy in Shanghai, Shirley in Guilin, and Joy in Beijing, were all excellent and most informative about their cities and regions. Congratulations to Wendy Wu Tours for a fantastic trip. I would recommend your company and this tour to anyone. A job well done. Camellia Wall, Queensland, March 2010.
We've just returned from a 10-day China experience tour, and we just wanted to pass on our thanks for an outstandingly organised and operated tour. We tend to be independent travellers, but this time opted for an organised tour because we felt that this was the best way to have a quick look at China. It was a wise choice. We couldn't fault any aspect of the tour and crammed in heaps. The tour was certainly value for money, exceeding our expectations. We were pleasantly surprised by how little additional money we had to spend. The food provided was not only delightful, but most generous in servings. We particularly wanted to pass on our thanks to your national guide, Savannah Wei. She was brilliant, nothing was a bother, and she worked very hard to make our trip memorable. Her command of English, energy and sense of humour made her a valuable resource indeed. So all in all, a brilliant little holiday made so much better by the terrific organisation, itinerary and skills of Savannah Wei. Mr. and Mrs. Goodfellow, New South Wales, January 2010. One of the best tours we've ever been on. The variety of sightseeing provided by Wendy Wu Tours was excellent and provided interest for each day of travel. Especially outstanding was the opportunity to see local people in their local environment. Congratulations, Wendy Wu Tours, on an excellently planned tour. Your choice of accommodation was excellent and did much to provide comfort after a day's travelling. Thank you for giving us a tour which we will always treasure. John and Maureen Shields, New South Wales, February 2010.
Go, Wendy!